So map colors, those are tools that we use to fill in areas with color. So how do we use them? We go back and forth, just going up and down, side to side. But what about these watercolor pencils? They look exactly the same. We can still use these to outline our drawings, fill the areas with color, but there's one more phase that we need to know about watercolor pencils. Let's go ahead and find out what that is. Make sure to have watercolor pencils, water, paintbrush, and a drawing. We're going to call this phase 1. I have my drawing and I have to make sure that I have my 3 major colors that I'm going to use. Before I start coloring my drawing, I want to create a test paper with my colors. Here I'm going to use the watercolor pencils that I will use with different pressures. Hard will look darker and soft will look lighter. Then I'm going to go ahead and see what the end will look like after I add water. Here's phase 2. I'm going to go ahead and fill up my apple with my first color, orange-red. I'm going to go around the inside of the apple starting off light, and then I'm going to go over it a little harder. Now that I am done with my first color, time for color number 2. I left space on the edge so that I can color it with this color. I will outline my apple with the color 2, red. Time to color the space near the outline with the color red still. I'm going around the border just a tad harder for a darker look. To create a shadow, I will use my color 3, crimson red, along the left portion of my apple to go along with the curve of the apple. Don't forget to color the stem, and to make the apple look even more real, I'm going to make a little shade on one side of the apple. This area right here, it's our highlight. This is where the light is hitting. I'm going to go ahead and use my bonus color, yellow, to color this in. Color 1, color 2, color 3, and the shade. And this is our highlight. Phase 3. Add water with a brush. Try and make sure to do long strokes in the direction of the apple. Long stroke, long stroke. Let's do the other side. I'm making sure that I start on the outside of the apple and working my way in. To give a richness, after using the brush and the picture has dried, dip the watercolor pencil inside the water. I'm going to go ahead and use this to fill in the gaps between the red and the orange and the yellow and the orange. I'm going to go ahead and do a few other spots too. And last, I'm going to go ahead and use a brush to smoothen out the dark wet spots. Again, in large strokes with the curve of the apple. By using the brush, you're taking away the lines that the pencil leaves. That right there, it's not a bad apple. Watercolor pencils are similar to map colors. We can outline our drawings, we can fill the areas with color, so the only phase that we're really adding to the watercolor pencils is a paintbrush, and we're dipping in water and just going over what we've colored. So go ahead and have fun with your paintbrush, your water, and your watercolor pencils. See you next time.